Just before this video starts, I do have a Discord server if you want to join, suggest new video ideas, come chat with us. And if you like what you see here today, you'll like pretty much everything else on my channel, so why not subscribe? Thanks. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about Johnny Somali yet again. And it feels like every time we talk about this guy, we just get closer and closer and closer to the day we actually see him behind bars and facing some justice for what he's been doing in Korea. But we do have a new update on the whole situation concerning Johnny Somali's prison time that he's now guaranteed because of his AI deepfake scandal. Now, originally, we didn't really know exactly what was going on with this AI deepfake scandal in terms of how many years Johnny would get or how the crime would actually be seen in court. But it turns out that that crime is much more serious than initially presumed. Prosecutors revealed that Somali is now facing charges for violating South Korea's Special Act on Sexual Violent Crimes. The charges stem from an AI-generated deepfake video that depicted a popular Korean streamer, Bong Bong, in fabricated intimate scenes with Somali. Under South Korean law, the creation and distribution or possession of non-consensual AI-generated explicit content is classified as a sexual crime. Legal experts have confirmed that this offense carries mandatory prison sentence of up to 7 years. Unlike the previous charges, which allowed for financial penalties, this particular crime eliminates the possibility of a mere fine. This is not simply an issue of digital mischief, this is a serious sexual offense, and South Korea's courts will treat it as such. When deepfakes are weaponized to humiliate or defame, the legal system responds with severe consequences. You know what? I genuinely think that once all the charges come out and the amount of years this guy is going to be spending in prison is finally calculated and the news is released, South Korea is going to have the first ever block party just to celebrate the fact that this guy will be in jail for a while. Honestly, I wouldn't blame them if they did that. I'd probably buy a ticket to South Korea and go join them myself. Now, we're going to take a look at a clip from Legal Mindset in a second, but I think one of the reasons that was given as to why the AI is seen as such a serious crime is because, I guess in the video, there was French kissing going on, and in Korean culture, when that happens, people are likely having sex. South Korea has cemented its reputation as a global leader in combating digital sex crimes. The country's strict laws were fortified following a series of high-profile cases involving sexually explicit deepfakes and online harassment. In 2024, lawmakers passed legislation criminalizing the possession and viewing of non-consensual deepfake content. The penalties are unyielding. Offenders can face up to 3 years in prison or fines reaching up to 30 million won, which is the equivalent of around $22,600. Distributing or profiting from such content carries an even harsher consequence, with sentences of up to 7 years behind bars.
It typically takes about 2 months of investigation for it to go from the prosecutor's office to court. So that is something that it's like, okay, well, it's going to take 2 months to get from the prosecutor's office to court. Well, it's a little under 2 months, right? It's a little under 2 months. It has now come before the court. So we now have, and this is it in Korean on the top and in English on the bottom. We now have a confirmation. This is the top is the original Korean and the bottom is there. For those that don't know Korean, right? Ram is the beginning of his name, Ramsey, right? So they anonymize it in his case file. This is literally from his court file. This is from his case file. So you can see that this is, once again, unlike Ramsey, I actually know how to use Google Translate, and I, can use it functionally. Actually, for this one, I use Papago. Papago is superior. If you want to translate Korean, you should really use Papago. It's a superior app. Not an endorsement, but but anyways, they censor the name. But you can see here, it's got the name in a charge. And you can see here on the bottom, violation of the Special Act on the Punishment of Sexual Violence Crimes. So this falls under a sex crime. So it will no longer, after Ramsey is guilty of this, whether he is proved guilty by the court or whether he pleads guilty, you can safely say, without it being defamatory at all in any country, that he is a sex criminal, because this falls under the variant of their laws that regulates sex crimes. So, and I want to be very clear, this deepfake is sexual because in Korean culture, like French kissing, and this is actually some notes I have on this, typed on. Some of them are French kissing or making out, as you might say, as the kids might say. So French kissing is considered sexual in Korean law. People who French kiss are likely having sex as well, right? Regardless of the content, distributing AI content without consent is illegal. But under Korean law, if you're French kissing, that's sexual. Streaming it for profit carries a prison sentence. Johnny can bitch about this all he wants, but it is absolutely lock. There's no changing that. So let's look at the Korean law, and this is a translation of the Korean law. This is from Case Note. So we're going to look at the one that's applicable to Johnny here. So this is the exact act, the special act on the punishment of sexual crimes, right? This was a 2020 law. So obviously this has.
But yeah, seriously, I think we're all just on the edge of our seat waiting for this final number of years this guy's going to spend in prison to come out to the public, man. I can't wait until we're finally done with this guy. And as I said in the last video, a break could be very helpful for him. He's definitely not going to be returning to any sort of audience, especially not like how he has now. And hopefully most of his audience forgets about him. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button. If you want more content similar to this, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Sub up, stay safe, and peace.